Hello everyone and welcome to the class. My name is Audrey and today we will be having a vocab lesson. Our vocab topic is going to be about cities. Okay, so we're going to have vocab on cities. This is another class in our review series. So a lot of these classes we have had before, and this is going to be another in our review series. Okay, there's a lot of echo, so if you're not using headphones, make sure to get some headphones or mute your microphone when you're not speaking. But today is the last in our review series. We're reviewing some of the most popular vocab, and today's topic is about cities. Okay, so it looks like we're about full. Welcome everybody, it's nice to see you, and we're going to go ahead and start with our review lesson. Okay, so to introduce ourselves, we're going to tell us your name, where you're from, and tell us if you prefer living in the city or in the country, and maybe where you live now. Okay, so let's go to Ahmed. How are you?
I am doing great. How are you, Audrey?
Great, nice to see you, Ahmed.
Nice to see you again.
Yes, and tell us, where are you from?
Okay, my name is Ahmed. I am from Saudi Arabia. I prefer to live in countryside, but I live in a town.
You live in a car?
No, in a town.
Oh, in a town.
Nice.
I thought you said in a car.
No, in a town.
Okay, very good, very good. So how big is your town?
Not that big, but in summer it will be crowded a bit because it has a nice weather in summer. It's a high place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. So you enjoyed living in the town that you're currently at?
In summer, yes, but in winter, I really can't because I don't like chilly or very cold weather.
Oh, I see. Me neither. I hate the cold.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And I'm sure whatever town you live in, it's better than living in a car.
Yes, you are absolutely right. But
okay.
but I'm thinking to live in a caravan, really. Okay, thank you.
Yes, very good. Nice to see you again. Let's go to Alexander. How are you? Are you there, Alexander?
Oh,
possibly your microphone.
Sorry, my microphone was muted.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. Hi, Audrey. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. I am first at your class. It's a second time when I try at Berlin. So I am from Russia. I live in a little town, a small town in the countryside, and now I'm moving to the south, to the town that is bigger, to something like 2,000 hundreds of population.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I prefer the city, but I have no experience for living in the big city.
Yeah, and that's me
But
too.
I prefer the nature of
countryside
and clean air, clean water.
So you've lived on the countryside or in the countryside your whole life?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And it is nice to meet you, Alexander. I hope you're having a positive experience here on Verbling.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Next we have Anastasia. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So to start, well, my name is Anastasia. I'm from Kazakhstan. Well, I'm not a country girl. I would say, well, I live in a small town. It's like about more than 100,000 people live. So it's not so small, but it's not so big. So I prefer just town, but not city, not megapolis.
Okay, I see. So you wouldn't like to live in the
In the
country,
middle. But it's
but
kind of in the, in the middle, because it's like
uh-huh.
a town, and we don't have so much air pollution, water pollution. At the same time, it's quiet town, very clean, but at the same time, we have like recreations, like entertainment, go to the cinema, just we have tennis courts, clubs, just
Mhm.
like this way. So yeah, I just prefer like town.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's a perfect balance too. So you have things to do, but it's not so crowded.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Hmm.
Perfect. So let's go next. We have Arnaud. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine.
Hello,
Hi, Arnaud. Welcome to the class. Nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Paris in France. It's a capital city.
Yes, very good. So you can tell us all about living in a big city, right?
It's been a long time since I live in Paris, so I'm used to live in big city, and it's I find it's really great because whatever you want to wherever you want to go or to buy some things, it's you don't need to take the car and make a lot of um, distance to find what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the advantages for to live in a city, in a big city.
Yeah. And have you ever lived in a small city?
No, except for a short time in holidays. But it's great because you have the complete opposite with the nature, the mountain, the sea, and it can be a little. Um, this is where you can rest for
Yes.
holidays, and it's great too.
Yes. Okay. Very good. So next we have Danny. Welcome to the class. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm Daniela. I live in Italy, and now I'm living in a small town where I was born, but I've been living in a city um, for a long time when I was a student, like Verona, and I prefer the city because there
Oh,
are
really?
lots of things to do, but it depends on also the city because I like Rome, I like Verona, but I dislike Milan. It's not the city I prefer. It's so sad to be there.
Oh, okay. And what was it that you didn't like about Milan?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, what was it that you didn't like about Milan?
I don't like how can I say the place. It's something that reminds me of a sad feeling. There are not so many monuments because I like art, and when I confront Milan to Verona or Rome, I found that in that city you can live in a different way. I like Verona because it is not so big. You can find
Sorry, Danny, you've been muted. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Are you still there, Danny?
oh, the microphone was off.
Yes, I saw. I noticed.
Okay, so you didn't heard nothing. Of course.
Just the last part. I think we heard most of it, but just the last part.
So I'm Daniela, I'm from Italy. I live now in a little town, but I prefer living in a city. I've been living in Verona for 10 years when I was a student, and I prefer Verona rather than Milan or Rome, like a city, because it's a place where you can have lots of things to do, but a great quality of living.
Yes, okay. Perfect. So now let's go to Hazem. How are you today?
I am fine, thanks. How are you, teacher?
Great, nice to see you. Tell us where
Nice
you're
to meet you.
from.
I am from Syria, but I am living in Egypt right now. It's a crowded city, and how I can say, here you can hear lots of noises, and I think there are about 23 million live in this city, so it is a very busy city.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah,
What city do
yeah.
you live in?
I live in Cairo city.
Okay, yes. So it must be very crowded.
Yeah.
And what city did you live in Syria?
In Syria, I was living in a village, not city.
Okay. And did you prefer that?
Yeah. Yes, I prefer to spend some of time in village when I want to take a rest. But I prefer to be in the city, because in the city I can do many things. I can complete my study. I can enroll different courses. I can learn new things in the city, and yes,
Yeah. So there's maybe a lot of different possibilities in the city
yeah,
that you
yeah,
can't have in the
I can get
town.
lots of benefit when I live in the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Let's go to Jean-Marc. How are you?
How are you today? Do you
Great, nice to
understand me?
see you. Yes, we can.
Because I have little problem of soon.
Okay, well, we can understand you fine. So
Okay,
tell us, Jean-Marc, where you're from.
France.
Okay, good. And do you like big cities or small cities?
I live in town, but I 5 kilometers is a big city.
Okay, so now you're living in a town?
Yes,
Is this what you prefer?
a big city.
Oh, you like the big cities.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Today is Happy New Year, Chinese Happy New Year.
It's the Chinese New Year?
Yes,
Well,
Chinese
happy
New Year.
Chinese New Year.
Yes.
Very
For
good.
Chinese people is today.
Are there any Chinese people here? Maybe not. Okay, very good. So let's go to Nader. How are you? Or Nader? Help me with your name. Okay, we'll come back. Maybe your mic's muted. Let us know if you can speak. And next we'll go to Nan. Welcome to the class. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. My name is Ngân. I come from Vietnam, and now I'm 22 years old. I prefer to live in city, because I think in a city we can have some good condition to develop, such as good education, take back in some interesting class like dancing class or cooking class. But I think I also want to spend my free time to live in countryside.
Okay, yeah. So again, that idea that there are so many opportunities in a big city, but it's nice to relax in the countryside as well. Okay, very good. So thank you everyone for introducing yourselves. I know we spend a lot of time in introductions. However, I think it's important, and I hope you guys enjoy getting to know each other a little bit before the class. Okay, so thank you for that. We're going to go ahead and get started. And as I said before, today is a review lesson. Let me see if I can pull this up. Today is a review lesson, a lesson that we did in December, I believe, about cities. But we're going to review it again because, first of all, most of you were not in this class, I assume, and also I think it's important. So let me put it in the Verbling chat. Here's the link if you would prefer to look at the link, and I'll also put it in the group chat, the Google chat. Okay, so if everybody can access it, okay. And also you might want to click on my screen at the bottom if you want to keep the presentation up. Okay, so we're going to start with Ahmed. Would you like to read us the first word, outskirts?
Yes, sure. Outskirts. I work in the city, but my house is on the outskirts. Outskirts. Okay. It might mean how to say province.
Okay. Not exactly provenance. You mean?
Yeah.
Not exactly provenance. What does it mean? The outskirts of town. Anybody?
Around, not in center.
Oh yes, exactly,
Side.
exactly, Ahmed.
Mhm.
So it's not the center of the city, but it's the surrounding area.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, on the outside. Okay, very good. So the outskirts of town would be the surrounding area. Any questions here? Okay, if not, let's go to the next word we have. The next word we have is adjacent. Adjacent. Alexander, would you like to read us this one?
Adjacent. The coffee shop is adjacent to the bookstore.
Okay, very good. So, Alexander, have you seen this word before, adjacent?
Oh, never have seen.
Okay, perfect. So this will be a new word for you. Can you maybe guess what it means from the example sentence?
It's similar.
Oh,
next to-
it's something like equation with coffee shop and bookstore, and this is the word that means difference between this.
Okay, maybe the coffee shop is adjacent to the bookstore. Nan, what were you going to say?
I think it's similar next to.
It's like
Exactly.
nearby.
Close.
Near,
Close.
Right.
Nearby.
near close. It's
Or just
it means
next
near.
to.
It's just next to, so they'd be side by side. Adjacent is
yeah.
next to. Okay,
Very
so the coffee
special
shop
word.
is right next to the bookstore or adjacent. Okay, does everybody understand this word adjacent?
Yes.
Yeah, now I understand.
Okay, perfect. So very good, and make sure the pronunciation is good on that word. It might be a little confusing because you have the DJ, but the word is adjacent.
Adjacent. Okay.
Okay, next we have, and this is a common word, but we'll go through it again. Anastasia, would you like to read us the word architecture?
Yeah, architecture. Madrid's beautiful Oh my gosh, sorry. Architecture has inspired buildings around the globe. It's
Okay,
mean
perfect. Go
yeah,
ahead.
it means constructions, building.
Right, exactly. So the building construction, or more specifically, the building design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right? So architecture. Okay,
architecture.
and this might be a tricky one to pronounce as well, right?
Well, when I'm nervous, I always have problems with the spelling
Are you
and
nervous here?
pronunciation. Kind of, yeah. But it's easy one word. You know, everyone's known this one how to pronounce.
Okay,
But a
very
little bit
good.
shy.
Well, you're doing great, Anastasia.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, perfect. So any questions there? And make sure that even if you don't have a question about the word, if you have a question about the example sentence, you can also ask that. Okay, so if not, we'll go to the next word, which is to renovate. To renovate. Arnaud, would you like to read us this one?
Yes, to renovate. The owner is planning to renovate the old house downtown.
Okay, very good. So what does it mean?
For me, it means that the house is in bad shape, bad form, and to renovate is to refresh the state of the house.
Right, exactly. To renovate is to take something that may be in bad condition and to make it better, or you said refresh it. Okay,
Or just
so
repair.
repair, yes.
Repair, just fix, or maybe redesign, rebuild.
Redesign, rebuild.
Kind of.
Right, rebuild is a good one, rebuild. Okay, so renovate. And now this word can also be used even if something is in okay condition, but to make it more new. So we have in the chat, I see modernize, modernize. So sometimes we have renovations just to make things more modern. Okay, so it's not always rebuilding, it could just be renewing. Okay, any questions here?
No.
No.
Next we have secluded. Secluded. Danny, could you read us this one?
Yes, Randy likes to find a secluded area to relax.
Okay.
I think that the word secluded means a place where people can't be disturbed, a relaxing area.
Right, so secluded means isolated or away from
Yes.
other people.
Private.
Right, it could be private. Okay, a secluded area, one where there's not a lot of people. Very isolated. Okay, very good. And these places can maybe be hard to find in the city. So another reason the country is nice sometimes. Okay, any questions?
No.
Next word we have is alley. Alley. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes that happens. Let me put the screen back up. Okay. So we have alley. Hazem, could you read us this one?
Ali,
Yes.
a mugger stole my purse when I was walking through the alley.
Okay, very good. That word right there is purse. Purse.
Purse, yeah. I think alley is a narrow path or path for.
Sorry, can you say
Can you
one more
hear me?
time?
A path or a small road.
Right, exactly. So an alley specifically would be the space between two buildings. Okay, so it's the small
narrow.
road or path between two buildings. So it's usually very narrow, and there's buildings on either side. So it can be kind of a dangerous area because it's very secluded from people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So that is an alley or an alleyway. Sometimes you'll hear that. An alley or an alleyway. Okay, good. Any questions here?
No.
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 And
no.
Hazem, I have a question. Do you remember this lesson? Were you in this lesson before?
No, I did not attend this class, teacher.
Okay,
This word
good.
is a new for me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think then everybody is new, so my review lessons are new lessons.
The first time I hear of this word.
Okay, very good. So next we have Jean-Marc. Would you like to read us this one?
Yes. If it's something, I was lucky to be in the vicinity of a gas station when my car ran out of gas.
Okay, very good. So the word is vicinity. Vicinity.
What is my problem? Is the correction test?
You did very well. The only word I wanted to point out was vicinity. Vicinity.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Attends, please. I have problem with my gas. Repeat me, please.
Yes, vicinity.
The vicinity.
Exactly, vicinity.
All right.
Okay, very good. So what does it mean, vicinity? I was lucky to be in the vicinity of a gas station.
To be.
Surroundings?
Right.
Yeah.
The vicinity could be the surrounding area. So in the vicinity of a gas station would be near a gas station. In the area surrounding one. Okay, so this is a little bit different from our first word. Our first word we had outskirts, and that was the surrounding area of a city. Now this word vicinity could be the surrounding area of anything. So in this case, the surrounding area of a gas station. Okay, so this is this word vicinity. Are there any questions?
No. Yes.
Okay, very good. Then let's go to the next word. And we have, Nader, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, I was seeing if Nader was there, but I think he's not. So we'll go to Nan. Would you like to read us this one?
Pardon? I read the sentence with street vendor.
Yes, street vendor.
Yes. Street vendor. Sarah bought a new wallet from a street vendor.
Okay, perfect. So what does it mean, Nan?
I think street vendor is a people who sell something but they don't have a store.
Right, exactly. Somebody who sells something, but they don't have a store. Or somebody who is selling things on the street. A street vendor. Okay, very good. Any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay, go ahead.
Does it mean it is illegal?
No, it doesn't necessarily mean it's illegal. This is just anybody who's selling things on the street.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, can we say just vendor?
Just vendor?
Yes, without street.
Right, you could say vendor. A vendor is anybody who sells anything. So
Okay.
with street vendor, that means that they're selling something on the street.
Okay, it's more just academic term for salesperson.
Right. It's more general. So a vendor could
okay.
be somebody who sells something even in a store.
Okay.
Okay. Good question. Any other questions? Everything else is okay? And another word for a street vendor is a peddler. Sometimes you will hear the word peddler, and that can also mean. Would you like me to write that?
Yeah,
In the
please.
chat,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Yes.
Okay, a peddler.
Peddler.
Okay, so that can also mean a street vendor as well.
Sounds like bad word.
I think
Peddler,
peddler has the
Pac-Man.
connotation of somebody who is more poor. Okay, so a lot of times street vendors may not be very wealthy. Peddler
Yeah.
has kind of the connotation of a poor person as well.
Okay.
Okay, so next we have the word district. District. Ahmed, would you like to read us this one?
Yes, okay. District. Richard will have to move to a new district of the city for his job. District means area or region.
Right, exactly. Area or region or section of the city. Okay, so your city is broken up into multiple districts. Okay, very good. And there's several different words that we can use for district. Every city has its own word, but district is just a section or a region of the city. Okay, any questions?
Nope.
No.
I'm sure this next one is something you guys are all familiar with. Hopefully not too much, but we'll go with it anyway. Alexander, could you read us this one?
Rush hour. Driving through town during rush hour is absolutely impossible.
Okay, good. So what does it mean?
So, rush hour. Maybe it's an hour when a lot of people, a lot of cars moving on the streets. It's a special time when people go to the work and go out for the work, from the work.
Right, exactly. So this is rush hour. Your times when people are going to work and they're coming back to work, and traffic is a nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those of you who live in big cities, how is the rush hour?
We don't
Anybody who
have
lives
rush hour.
in Anastasia, you don't because you live in a smaller town?
Yeah, but we don't have like rush hour. Well, maybe just a little bit, but not like in big cities. As I see, like I forget how you say when cars stuck in a row.
A traffic
forget-
jam?
Yeah, a traffic jam. We don't have a big traffic jam like in big cities, but we have like in the morning, everyone's going to school, to work, like this one, rush hour. And in the evening, yeah, everyone's to use transport at this time.
Right, and I think even in smaller towns, there's somewhat of a rush hour. It's more calm, and there's not so much in the way of traffic jams, but you are going to have to consider the traffic, even in a small town. Okay, very good. So any questions about this one?
No.
Okay, next we have abandoned. Abandoned. Arnaud, would you like to read us this one?
Sorry, me?
Yes.
Okay. Abandoned. Children should stay away from abandoned buildings. They can be unsafe.
Okay, perfect. So tell us what it means.
I suppose it means that nobody live in the buildings, so it's abandoned.
Right, exactly. So nobody lives there anymore. They have abandoned the buildings.
Desolate. Like,
Right, it could be desolate, desolate. Okay, so nobody's living there anymore. It could be dangerous. Okay, very good. Any questions here?
no.
Next we have the word census. Census. Danny, would you like to read us this one?
According to the census, there are 5 million people living in the city.
Okay, very good. I'll just tell you about the number. The number is 500,000.
Okay, and I don't know the meaning of the word census, but I think it could be according to a statistic.
Yeah.
Right. So the census is going to be actually how you obtain the statistic. So it's going to be, does anybody have a definition for it?
Yeah, I think the number of the people here seems to went to uh, when you try to find the real number of a city or the real number of the people who live in a certain area.
Exactly. So the census is referring to the population survey, or
Yeah.
when they go out and try and count how many people live in the city. Okay, so maybe every 10 years they'll do a national census where they count everybody living in every city. Okay, so this is your census. Anybody want to comment about how the census works in their country?
Well, in Italy, the government did a census maybe 1 year ago, and we fill up a document online in internet, and then there was also people who was going to home and asking questions to how our family was composed and our habits.
Okay, yeah. So now I think it's a lot easier because they have the technology to use the
Yes.
internet. But they also have to send people for those who don't use the internet census. They may
Yes.
have to send people to count how many are in the house.
Perfect.
Okay, very good, Danny. Thank you for that.
Me.
Let me see. Next we have to migrate.
Yes.
First we'll have Hazem first, and then we'll go to Jean-Marc. So Hazem, will you read us this one?
Migrate?
Mm-hmm.
Immigrate, yeah. Many people migrate from the city center to the suburbs.
Okay, very good. Suburbs. So,
Yes, I want to ask you about suburbs. It's the same as district?
it's not exactly the same as district. Can anybody give us a definition for suburbs?
Yeah, suburb, I think it is uh, surround the city, the area surround the city.
Right, they're areas surrounding the city, but more specifically, they are smaller towns that surround the city.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're entirely different towns, but they're very close to larger towns. Okay? So, if knowing that, tell us what it means to migrate.
Migrate to move on from area to another area.
Right, exactly. To migrate or to move. Okay, very good. And well, first of all, are there any questions here?
Yeah, what is the difference between immigrate and emigrate?
Right, and I was just about to mention that before or after we had questions. So thank you for bringing that up. So we have immigrate. Let me type it in the chat. We have immigrate and emigrate. Would anybody like to tell us what is the difference between these two words?
Immigrate in, emigrate out.
Exactly. Go ahead, Anastasia. Did you?
I don't exactly remember, but I know just one of the words used was animals, and one used was people, I guess.
Okay, so this isn't the difference here. In this case, Alexander was correct. So to immigrate is to move into a country.
Inside.
Right, and to emigrate is to move away from a country. So
what about migrate?
Migrate?
Migrate, yes.
It's a general meaning.
Right. Migrate is general. It could be just moving.
Okay.
And I think migrate would be used sometimes more commonly for animals as well.
Yeah, maybe I was just mistaken with this one.
Yes. So migrate can be for people, but migrate is also the term that you use for animals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
for example, you have the annual migration of birds. So the birds are moving from a colder place to a warmer place.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, very good question. Any other questions about this term to migrate or the other words that come from it? Okay, very good. Then let's go with municipal. Jean-Marc, could you read us this one?
Yes. Municipal, okay. It is similar in France. It is similar in France.
Okay, very good.
Will you vote in the municipal election?
Okay, very good. So you said it's similar in French. Can you tell us what the meaning of that is, municipal?
Yes. I am question, please.
Uh-huh.
Thank you is possible to say thanks, because in France, thank you is merci.
Can you say one more time?
Thank you. Is possible to say thanks or not
Oh,
thank you?
yes. Instead of thank you, you can also say thanks.
Okay, because in France, is merci is one word, no two words.
Uh-huh. Right, so that's the shorter version, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So let's go back to this word municipal. What does it mean, municipal?
I think it's similar to open.
To open?
Yes.
I mean local.
Oh.
Local.
Yes, local. Local, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so municipal could be local. Municipal elections would be your local elections. Sometimes you have a municipal park or a municipal airport. These are just local airport or local park. Okay, very good. And I saw in the chat that maybe this word municipal is in a lot of other languages in different forms. Okay, so I hope that can help your understanding of this word if you have a similar word in your language. Okay, very good. Any other questions?
Yes.
Nope.
Nan, you had a question?
I think municipal is the same open.
Okay, it's not necessarily open. It's just referring to things that are local or dealing with the city or the specific town. Okay, so it's better to say local, local. Okay, very good. And we'll move to our last word before we review. We have resident, resident. Nan, could you read us this one?
Yes. Jacob had been a resident of Atlanta, Georgia for 15 years. I don't know how to say Georgia.
Georgia, Georgia.
Georgia. Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, so what does it mean to be a resident? What is a resident?
Me?
I think a resident is a people when you was born in a place and then you live in another place.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that you have moved, but a resident, like you said, is somebody who lives in a place. Okay, so anybody who lives in a place. We have in the chat inhabitant. Okay, that's another word for a resident, an inhabitant, somebody who lives in an area.
Teacher,
Yes, Hazan?
I want to ask you about the dweller. The same thing has the same meaning as resident?
Yes, a dweller, somebody who dwells in a place. Okay, so to dwell is the same thing as to live or to stay there. Okay, good question. Any other questions?
No.
Nan, did you have a question?
Yes. Example, when you was born in California and you live in California, you can use resident.
Right, you can use resident if you've lived there your whole life, but you can also use resident if you have just moved there maybe a while ago. So usually a resident is somebody who has lived there for a period of time, not somebody who is just coming and visiting, but somebody who lives there and has lived there for a while. Okay, so you don't have to be from there, but somebody who has lived there for a significant amount of time. Okay, very good. Any other questions here? And this was our last word, so now we're going to go up to the top and review the ones that we have already learned. So before we do, are there any questions?
No.
Okay, so let's go to the top, and also if you have some questions about the words that we learned at the beginning, please go ahead and ask. So first we have the word outskirts, and Ahmed, I'm going to ask you to come up with your own example sentence using the word outskirts.
Okay. Factories are usually built on the outskirts of town.
Okay, perfect. Perfect example. So factories are usually built around the city instead of in the city. All right, great. So next we have adjacent, adjacent. Alexander, this was a new word for you. So would you like to give us your own example sentence using adjacent?
Adjacent, it's something like the place closer is the next of this object, closer and near.
Right.
This is a coffee shop, and the next adjacent is a bookstore.
Right, exactly. So something that's next to it. So would you like to come up with your own example sentence using adjacent?
So example, so okay, this car this car is adjacent by my car.
Right, exactly. Adjacent to. And make sure you have the to at the end. So this car is adjacent to my car. Okay, very good. So adjacent or next to. Okay, next we have architecture. Architecture, Anastasia, could you give us an example?
Architecture. Okay. Well, when I go to the Rome, I see beautiful architecture.
Okay, very good, very good. So architecture or building design.
Yeah.
Next we have to renovate. To renovate. Arnaud, could you give us an example?
Yes. I will move to another city and I will need to renovate the flat.
Okay, very good. You move to another city and you're going to renovate your flat. Next we have secluded. Secluded. Hazem, could you give us an example sentence?
Yeah. I secluded myself from the world around when I have an exam.
Okay, very good, very good. Is it true? Is that what you do, Hazem?
Yes. I
Okay.
do that.
Okay, good. So in this case, you used secluded as a verb. So you
Yeah.
said, I secluded myself when I had an exam. So good. You can use it also in that sense as well. Okay, very good. Any other questions about using secluded or to seclude as a verb? Okay, let's go next to Ali.
Retired.
Sala, did you have a question?
No, an example with secluded.
Oh, go ahead.
When a person who are retired always want to go to secluded.
Right, good. You would say to seclude himself or to seclude themselves. Okay, very good. And Sala, welcome to the class. Nice to have you here.
Nice to you.
Okay, very good. So next we have Ali. Ali. Jean-Marc, could you give us an example?
Yes, an example I know in French, it's similar in France, is aller. I'm example, I go to London and between the two passages, it has aller.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So if you're in London, maybe there are some alleys in London between two buildings. You have a passage.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So an alley, also I had mentioned that you can say alleyway, alleyway. Okay, either way. So next we have the word vicinity, vicinity. Nan, could you read us, or could you give us your own example?
About vicinity.
Yes.
Let me think. I usually take a photo in the vicinity of our company. Our company.
Okay, very good. In the vicinity of the company, so in the surrounding area, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's go next. We have street vendor. Street vendor. Sala, would you like to give us an example?
In the city center, always we find a lot of street vendors who sell lots of things wallet and
Okay, yes, very good, very good. Somebody else wants to participate in the class.
yeah, I
Yes.
have a small baby.
Well, tell her we said hi.
You want to
Okay.
participate.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So street vendor, somebody who sells on the streets.
She's very cute.
Vale, 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 vale. Vale, vale,
Okay, so next we have Ahmed. Salah, we're going to mute you just to make sure that we can hear everyone else, but your baby is very cute. Okay, so Ahmed, would you like to give us an example using district?
Yes, okay. Every town is divided to districts.
Okay, perfect. Districts or regions of the town. And next we have rush hour. Rush hour. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put that back. Okay, we have rush hour. Alexander, would you like to give us an example?
So I guess when I move in another city which contains a lot of population, so I will see a lot of rush hours at the morning and in the evening.
Exactly, exactly. So when you live in the city, you're going to experience a lot of rush hours. Okay, next we have abandoned. Abandoned. Anastasia, would you like to give us an example? Are you with us, Anastasia?
Yeah,
Maybe not? Oh, there you are.
I'm here. Yeah, I was like muted. I don't know why.
Oh,
Okay. Abandoned. The house was abandoned, so no one lives there.
Okay, very good. Abandoned. Okay. Next we have census. Census, and we're almost out of time, but let's see if we can get through. Arnaud, would you like to give us an example?
Yes. The last census showed that there is a lot more people than we saw.
Okay, very good. So the last census showed more people than we thought. Great. We have to migrate. To migrate. Hazem, could you give us an example?
Yes, I migrate from my village to city to complete my study.
Okay, very good. You migrate or you migrated in the past?
Migrated. Yeah.
Okay, good. Next we have municipal. Municipal. Jean-Marc, could you give us an example?
Municipal.
Are you still there, Jean-Marc? I think maybe you're muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry, no, you understand me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yes, sorry. Municipal. Voting for municipal election. The day. The day.
So can you say one more time?
The box elections.
Okay, right. So what does municipal mean?
I vote for people. For municipal, it's complicated for me for English because in France it's not complicated for me to understand this problem.
Right, and I think you know what it means. And we have in the chat local. Salah says local, so that's a good word to use for municipal or local.
Right.
Okay, and the last word, I know we're out of time, but I want to get us in the last word. And we have Sala, would you like to give us an example? Are you there, Sala?
Yes. Yes, I'm here. Resident? Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so did you give an example?
In my where I live. Yes, where I live, there are maybe 70,000 residents or inhabitants.
Right, exactly. So we have resident or inhabitant, somebody that is living in a place. Okay, so that was our last word. I know we're a little over time, but I wanted us to get through the review. So thank you everyone for coming to the class. It was a pleasure to
Thank
have
you,
you.
teacher.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank
And
you
I
very
hope
much.
I hope to see you in future classes, okay?
Thank you.
I enjoyed it. And Alexander,
Goodbye.
this is your second class. You have to come to more, right?
Okay. Anyway, I'd like to thank you very much for the lesson.
Okay, you're welcome. Everybody take care and have a good day.
You also.
Bye.
Bye
It's so
bye.
much
Have a nice
pleasure
day.
to stay in your class.
Yes, I like seeing you, Anastasia. Keep coming.
Sure, I will.
Um,